We're joined by Roanoke College. They just won Game 10 of the 2012 NCAA Division III Softball National Championship Tournament. We're joined by head coach Mike Mitchell and pitcher Kelly Higbee. Coach, open with comments from you about today's game, please.
Face a very good Luther team today. They can hit the ball well. They have good pitching, but we came back out and played Roanoke softball, which is very aggressive at the plate, putting the bat on the ball. And we didn't have very many hits, but we hit the ball extremely well. And then once again, we had a great performance from Kelly on the mound, and our defense played solid, no errors. You know, once you do that, you don't give them extra outs. It gives your team a chance to win.
There's a couple of members of the media with us. We'll start off with Mark Berman, please.
Kelly, congratulations. At bat, you had struck out every single time in this tournament until today. Well, what changed today? You had 3 hits.
I mean, it's been frustrating the past couple of days, you know, getting shut down by good pitchers, and this was a good pitcher as well, but I think I just went up with a different approach. I just went up and said, you know, just go up with a blank head, don't think about anything, don't try to guess where it's going, and I guess it worked out for me.
So your advice to hitters is to go with a blank head in the future?
I mean, it worked for me. I don't know about everybody else, but it definitely worked for me today.
Now, in the big 4th inning there, when you go up with bases loaded, are you nervous, feeling pressure there, or because you had gotten hit the last time up, are you thinking, I got this pitcher figured out?
I mean, once again, I just went up not really thinking about anything. I mean, I wanted to, you know, make contact with the ball to get my players in, but, I mean, I'd seen the pitcher before, which is nice, second time through the lineup, and I wasn't really thinking about my previous at-bat. It was a new at-bat, so I needed to just focus on that one.
Pitching-wise, what was working for you in the circle today?
My usual pitches, just hitting the corners, working inside and outside.
Kelly, you gave up some hits and you sort of battled, but how crucial was it that you didn't allow any leadoff people on? I mean, did that take some pressure off of you when you allow a leadoff runner on base?
I mean, that's definitely always a goal, you know, keep the leadoff off the bases, because it just allows my defense, you know, and me just to go at the next batter and have an out under our belt, so it's really nice.
Kelly, you pitched out a number of jams today. I mean, the runners have second and third in one inning, runners have second and third with 1 out in another inning. You got out of the jams every single time. What helped you kind of you know, pitch out of those jams when they had runners in scoring position?
I mean, just, you know, going at every batter. I wasn't really too worried about, you know, well, if they hit the ball, you know, in the outfield and this runner's going to score, we take a deep breath and we go at every batter, and, you know, don't really worry too much about who's on base. I mean, we have to be aware of them so that we can make the right plays, but then again, we don't need to be tight and worried about runners scoring and all that.
You're not a huge strikeout pitcher, but I mean, how much? I guess you sort of keep your fielders on their toes because they can expect to be involved in the play. Do they like that, or do you like that? It's a real team effort.
Right, definitely. I've never been a strikeout pitcher, and so my defense is always, you know, a big part of the game. And I think that's good. It keeps them involved, and it keeps me, you know, confident that I have someone behind me, and it's not all about me, you know, going out there and trying to strike everybody out.
Mike, you guys had scored 1 run in the previous 2 games combined. You come out today and you scored 2 runs against, you know, for the 3rd straight game, a first-team All-American pitcher. Anything different, I guess, about today? You alluded to kind of maybe a different attitude to the plate.
Well, we just came out and it was more aggressive. I think in the first 2 games, you know, we faced the 2 top pitchers in the country. Obviously, both first-team All-Americans. So, you know, that's going to cut down your offensive production. But we just came out and said, let's be aggressive at the plate. When you get your pitch, just take a hack at it and let's see what happens. And that's exactly what we did. Put a lot of balls in play. They made some great defensive plays. Their left fielder made a play that could have blown the game wide open there when Stephanie Clark hit her drive. So, you know, they made plays that kept them in the game. But that game very well could have got out of hand if they hadn't made those plays.
Was she not as challenging as the previous 2 pitchers you faced? Because obviously she came in the tournament as a first-team All-American as well. Was she a different kind of pitcher than the ones you faced on Friday and Saturday? Or?
I mean, I would say she wasn't as challenging. She's still a very, very good and effective pitcher. I think, you know, we had just kind of seen the other 2 pitchers too as well, so it was easier for us to adjust, and we kind of knew a little bit more coming in, seeing that this was the Game 10. So we kind of knew a little bit more.
About her particular, I guess?
Not her particularly, but just in general about the type of pitching that we'll face here.
And what did that tell you, I guess? What did you gain from it?
I mean, just how to make adjustments. We had talked about after our game last night how we needed to make adjustments at the plate and how to go at, you know, up to bat and what mentality we need to have. So I think that helped.
Coach, did you have to give a big pep talk after the game last night, or were they ready to come back and play today?
No, we had a meeting this morning and sat down and, you know, we talked about, you know, we got to get our pitching right. We got to get our pitching right. And, you know, we got to just pretty much got back to where we enjoyed each other, had a good time. You know, it's been a long postseason. We're getting a little fatigued, so you know, we just have to sit down and just kind of have a good time. And that's exactly what we did. We just sat down in the Hall of Fame room and cut up and laughed and carried on and played, and you know, got back to, hey, this is just a game, and let's just approach it the same way that we approached this meeting. You know, it's a game. Let's have fun. Let's have a good time. It's something you'll remember all your life, but it's still just a game. So when we got back to that approach, you saw on the field that we were high-fiving each other, and they were playing like they were 12 years old again. So that's how we approach it this year. Last
night when you were sitting in these chairs, you were talking about pitch sequencing and issues that you had last night with maybe getting that, not adjusting some that you needed to against Montclair. What were your thoughts today about the sequencing of the pitches and how that worked?
I think last night's game helped us a whole lot because we talked about the adjustments that we needed to make, and then also how to communicate those adjustments. So this time we did a great job of doing that. Our players really just jumped at the opportunities today.
And twice now, Rainey's been called out for stepping outside the batters. Can you tell us a little bit about the conversation with the umpire about where the problem with her feet and the position of her feet?
That you'll have to take up with the umpires. I don't, you know, that's what he saw, so if that's what he saw, that's what we got to go with.
What, he told you that
her front foot is coming across and stepping in front of the plate.
Like how nice is it for you to be here? You know, you lost the game, was in a big crowd, home field. How much of a comfort factor is that?
The crowd, all that is nice. It can get behind you. It can, you know, it plays a big role in getting your players pumped up. But, you know, sometimes if you're not used to that, it can be a bit of a distraction. And so we've had to talk about how, you know, handle distractions this week. And overall, I think we've done a very good job of just staying within our game and not getting caught up in all this, you know, with all the great events that they have going on being here.
Thank you.
All right, Coach and Kelly, thank you very much, and good luck today and in the remainder of the tournament.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're joined by Luther College. They just played in Game 10 of the 2012 NCAA Division III Softball National Championship. We have with us head coach Renee Hartle, shortstop Paige Conventino, and pitcher Becca Gervin. Coach, comments from you about today's game, please.
Just a great game in the national championships. We couldn't get that clutch hit that we needed, but we had many of opportunities. Played good defense, and it was just a great overall game. I think college softball game, pitcher dominated game.
We have several members of the media with us. Please, Mark Berman.
Becca, obviously fourth inning, when they got those couple runs against you. Anything about your pitches? Anything changed at all in that inning for you?
No, I think that they just got to hold the ball well, and I just wasn't throwing as many strikes as I would have liked to be throwing.
Obviously, we came into this tournament as All-American. Certain pitches that were working well for you all year, were they not working too well today, I guess, or were they just a better hitting team than you usually face this year, or what was your?
I mean, just you can't throw your best every game, I guess. I wouldn't say that this is the best game I've ever pitched, but I mean, no, I wouldn't say any of my pitches weren't working.
More just location hitting in general, I guess, and pitch, I guess.
Just, I guess, I
think they
location.
They just got the bat on the ball.
Coach, obviously you had a bunch of hits, but clutch hits were hard for you to come by. You had runners at first and second one inning, you had runners at second and third another inning, second and third another inning. What was the problem in terms of clutch hits? Did she just bear down with runners on base? Was it?
I definitely don't think it was the pitcher that did it. I think that when you're in the national tournament and you're facing great pitching, and I think the clutch hit, you're either going to get it or you're not. I think it's a little bit of luck at that point, and just hope that your team gets it done. But I definitely don't think that the pitcher was doing anything different in those situations than she had done all game.
Is it usually a better hitting team, better clutch hitting team than you were able to show in this tournament, I guess? Or,
no, not necessarily. I think, you know, we've done that 41 times. We've had some good clutch hitting games, just like the last couple teams that we've brought to the national tournament, and I'm just really proud of the group.
Paige, you had 3 of the hits today. What were you seeing that helped you be successful today?
I just did whatever it took to get on, and I was just telling myself at every pitch, yes, yes, no. And I was up there, and I just wanted to help the team out in whatever way I could.
Hey, talk about that a little bit, the mentality, your yes, yes, no. I mean, talk a little about the mentality of a hitter, especially on a day when you've got it going well.
I don't know. I've been struggling the last few games, and I just wanted to come out strong hoping it wasn't my last game, but doing whatever I could. So.
Gene?
I just want to ask you about Higbee. She's not really a strikeout pitcher, but she puts the ball in play a lot while I was on a teammate. But she's a freshman. What can you say about her poise out there? Were you impressed with her poise for a freshman?
Yeah, I definitely was. I think we have some really great young pitchers in this tournament, and she definitely definitely lived and died on the outside, and that's really hard to adjust to. And what you got to do is throughout the first 4 innings, you got to figure out if the umpire is going to give her that. And I think we chased a little bit those first 3 innings, and that's about learning and adjusting as you go in the game. And I think we did that as the game got better. And as the game went on, the more times we went up to see her, I think that I was impressed with the way our at-bats went, and the more times we went up to the plate.
Mark, do you have more? For both players, talk about, from a player's perspective, first start with Paige and then go with Becca, making this point in the tournament here. What is this meant for your club going back from the beginning of the year when you first realized that you were a pretty good squad and was going to make a 3rd straight trip to the national championship tournament?
Well, I mean, this has kind of become an expectation for us, this being our 3rd year coming here, and so just starting in fall ball in September and getting it going and just becoming 20 as a team. So.
And Becca, same for you, putting together an All-American year in the process.
Yeah, I would say that, I mean, the goal was always make the national tournament, and, I mean, the All-American thing that just came with, yes.
And Coach, you cap it out here, you've got 3 teams here you've got to look at here. Don't compare the 3 of them too, but just talk about the project you have in your program over the 3 years, and especially with this squad.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, as I addressed the 5 seniors at the end, Loran Snyder and Abby Christian have definitely rewritten our record books offensively, and I've sent those 2 up to the plate more than any other 2 players in Luther College history, and I think that's pretty cool. And Kelsey Kittleson has left her legacy as our 3rd now All-American catcher in a row. That's now 6 years in a row that I felt had one of the best catchers in the nation, and so I definitely think that this class, along with Paige and Mal, have definitely left their legacy, and not just of winning, but of learning and to improve every single day. Paige went into this game today wanting to get a hit. She wanted to get better today, and she did. She did that for her team. So she got 3. She got 3 hits. So, but that's the neat thing about the senior class, and the legacy that they've left on our underclassmen is it's okay for the national championships to be the expectation in the fall, and to talk about it, and that's okay to talk about it. And so I wouldn't definitely say that we're a program that sits around and makes goals, but we definitely wake up every morning and we want to get better. So.
One last question. You screwed out 8 runners today, including 5 in the last 3 innings. How frustrating was that to kind of have, keep getting runners on base, and kind of threaten and not get anybody across there?
Well, we play in a great league. We play the Centrals and the Coes, who are constantly in the top 10 in the nation, and so, our goal is to get up there and to get runners on base, and if we get them in, we celebrate, and if we don't, we'll go back at it the next inning. And so I wouldn't say that we're used to that, but we're used to competing against great opponents. And so we don't get frustrated in the dugout when we don't score those. We just think it's an opportunity for us to keep hitting and to go back in and try to get after it again.
Coach and players, thank you for joining us today. Congratulations on making it to this point in the national tournament.
Thank you.
Thank you.